Well, hi there. Welcome. My name is Rusty Humphries. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are powered by the nice folks at Right Wing News. Also, Liberty One TV. Do us a favor, would you please? Do yourself a favor. And that is check in. Let us know who you are, where you're deplorable from. I want to say howdy to you. Coming up on the program, Jane Fonda has apologized again. Is it enough for you? Kind of tired to talk about Jane Fonda, to be honest. Don't forget to share the video. Let's see here. Don is there. Matthew's there. Debbie is there. Linda, Frank, Philip, Teresa, hello. Mary Ellen's there. Bob is there. Rick checking in. By the way, today's show being brought to you by Virtual Shield, the bestest, fastest, most awesomest VPN in the world. What's a VPN? Well, it is a way for you to protect your online browsing history from your service provider and more. Go to virtualshield.com/Rusty. Type in the promo code Rusty and get 20% off and find out all about Virtual Shield and why it is so very, very awesome, and awesome it is. Also, we're not that far away from Labor Day and the end of summer, and there's still August where people are having parties with family and friends, and things are getting nastier and nastier out there when it comes to hanging out with family and friends because of politics. Well, my new book, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates to Your Liberal Family and Friends and Still Keep Them as Family and Friends, is available at Amazon in paperback, in Kindle, and in audiobook with Audible. It's a great book. It'll help you navigate the nasty waters, the scary waters of hanging out with family and friends that are liberals, and it'll give you some great tips, and it'll give you a couple things to think about and laugh about too. So go check it out. 7 Ways to Win Political Debates to Your Liberal Family and Friends by Rusty Humphries. And it's, again, at Amazon. Well, let's take a look at the story that just came out and get your take about Jane Fonda and her latest mea culpa here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Jane Fonda now apologizing for her controversial Vietnam picture that earned her the nickname Hanoi Jane, but she's not backing down completely. The actress was photographed sitting on an anti-aircraft gun, presumably used against the U.S. during a trip to North Vietnam in 1972. At a TV Critics Association press event, Fonda says she's proud of her trip, but added, quote, "I am just so sorry that I was thoughtless enough to sit down on that gun at that time."
Okay, that didn't sound like a full apology to me. That to me sounded like, I'm sorry, it still bugs you, and that it's affecting my career. I'm not upset about what I did. I'm just upset that I sat on that one gun and I let them take a picture of it, is what it sounds like to me. You? Isn't that what it... Did you hear anything? Again, I'm a very forgiving guy. I am. Now, of course, I wasn't there during the Vietnam War, but my father was there. He was killed in Vietnam. So I think I've got a place to be able to say something. I think if it was, you know what, I'm embarrassed. It was awful. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of what I did. I beg for forgiveness for those men who lost their lives and those families and the men and women who served in Vietnam. I'm so very sorry. I might be able to forgive her. But that was no apology. I'll give you an apology. And it's from that guy right there. See that guy back there? Right there? That's John Voight. Okay? You know John Voight, right? So one night I'm doing my national radio show, and my producer goes in my ear as I'm talking about whatever.
Hey, Rusty, John Voight's on the phone.
What?
John Voight is on the phone.
Mr. Voigt, it's great to hear from you again. We'd met a couple of times. I didn't think he remembered me, but he'd given me his cell phone number. I still have it. Anyway, he says, I'll never forget this. He says, Rusty, I was listening to your show, and you'd mentioned that your father was killed in Vietnam. I had no idea. Yeah, he did. He was killed in January 1969. He'd only been there a few months. He was only 24 years old. And he said, I just wanted to call and apologize to you. To me? For what? He said, I was a Vietnam protester. Back in the day, I was stupid. I was one of the guys that was calling them baby killers and all those horrible things. I don't know that I regret anything in my life more than I regret that. I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed. And I just wanted to call and apologize to you live on the radio and just say, I'm so very, very sorry. It's like, wow. Wow. Apology accepted. That's a good man. You know, that's a guy that's, you know, you make a mistake, you do something stupid. Okay. That just, that meant the world to me. It still does. And, anyway, I just, I really, it meant a lot to me that John Voigt would do that. Let's see. Let's look at some of your comments here. Harold says, she's had long enough time to think about what she's done. Vietnam veteran, 2 tours of Vietnam. I don't accept her apology, says Harold. Leanne says, let me think. Nope. Brian says, once a traitor, always a traitor. Apology not accepted or believed. Barry says, hell no, not now, not ever. Now, again, if she would have done a good apology, would you have accepted it? Again, John Voigt. I don't know. I think we Americans are far more forgiving than Democrats want to give us credit for, that's for sure. And I think that's what's going to hurt them in this next election. Doug says she's still proud of her trip, so she's the definition of a traitor. Tripp says that was not an apology, and hell no. Rob says she didn't apologize for turning in the POWs at Hanoi Hilton. Richard, too little, too late. Marilyn, not ever in my lifetime. Pat says, I don't accept. Lori says, I don't care one bit about Jane Fonda or her brother Peter. I don't believe her one bit either. She's always been self-serving, and this is included. Hell no, forget about it, says Joseph. Paz says, I'm glad it's affecting her career. She should have never done what she did. Many people suffered because of what she did. Meaningless, says Donna. Kathleen says she's a Hollywood lying fool. She's shameful. Bill says, nope, she's a traitor to our military, our country, and should be shot. 100% a UPS. Sandra says, nope. Bella says, so sorry she's not getting our dollar. She's half right. She's plain sorry. Connie says, never forgive Hanoi Jane. John says, you're supposed to forgive people when they ask for it and forget it. I hope he means it. Leona says, hi, Rusty. Susan says, never. I'm sick of these people opening their big mouths and saying they're sorry after they get grief, says Cindy. Vernon says, John Voight's a stand-up guy. Mary says, John Voight's a good guy. Lee says, not in this lifetime. I was in Vietnam when she pulled her crap. She's wanting to get this off her mind and feel like she's going to be forgiven. Hell no. Lori says, what Jane Fonda did in Vietnam is disgusting and should be ashamed, not still defending it. Kara says, how about James Wood and John Voight in 2024? Robert says, 40 years later, forget about it. Okay. Let's see, what else is in the news today? Today's kind of been a boring news day. I know yesterday people were kind of getting on me. Why aren't you covering the fact that they're trying to impeach Rosenstein? Because I knew it wasn't going to happen. Number one. And number two, it would have been stupid. That was one of those ones where it sounds kind of good, But if you really did it, if we really did that, it would have backfired. Just like impeaching Bill Clinton backfired, the American people don't. It wouldn't have worked. It would have helped the Democrats far too much. Not that I wouldn't love to see Rosenstein, removed from his office. Not that I don't think he didn't do a bunch of nasty stuff, and I do believe he did. I believe he's part of that deep state. I do. But we have to talk about what we would like to have happen and then the optics of it. And I wish we didn't, but we have to live in reality. And one of the things that I try to help you with is understanding the persuasive techniques that make mass audiences do what you'd like them to do. And I don't think I think that would be one that the Democrats could use against us. We need to get topics like that out of the way and let the Democrats kill themselves with them going commie on us. They're not communists or socialists. No, they're commies. They're what I see online today. A socialist is one gun away from being a communist. Something like that. CNN just came up with something. Michael Cohen claims Trump knew Russians were offering dirt on Clinton and approved going ahead with the 2016 meeting, according to Michael Cohen, Donald Trump's former attorney. That guy's just a scumbag. Okay. Oh, did you see the video that was in Las Vegas? Okay, so according to somebody online, this was in Las Vegas. I guess, according to them, it was deleted from Instagram. It was censored, it says. Says, I was eating my burger and recording this video, and that's a lot of hard work. This happened to McDonald's. A lady asked for a cup of water, and a supervisor shut the soda machine because she wasn't letting her get free soda. I don't know. This one is weird. All right, let me play the video. You tell me what you think. And for some reason, this seems like something's missing here. A woman asked for a free cup of water. I guess maybe she was stealing soda or something. I don't know. But the manager doesn't just come out and start beating you if you ask for free soda, I don't think. Let's take a look here. Oh my God. Ouch. Now, by the way, this girl that's getting beat up, the customer, and they're just keep hitting her. Ouch. Don't quit keep hitting her. But why is she not wearing shoes in a restaurant? Oh, you respect my mama. Well, if she said something about her mama, I get it. Don't say anything bad about... Oh, the chair! Don't do a chair. Don't do a chair. Okay, that's not good. Oh, they're going to keep going? Okay, I guess that's through the milkshake. Okay, that's... I'm guessing that the manager may not be getting the customer service award for the month. I could be wrong. That just to me does not seem like the best service there. Oh, let's see here. Is it possible that Tiffany on here, who's a smoking hot picture, hello, I'm looking for a serious relationship with a caring and decent man who is ready to settle down and build a happy life together. Is it possible that Tiffany is not who she says she is? That or, hey, Tiffany, I'm single. Give me a call. Yeah, and the customer threw the shake in the woman's face and then hit her in the face with a tray. That's the reason the employee came out swinging, says Anita. I still don't think you go and beat someone's ass if you're the manager of a restaurant. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I saw Tommy Lahren today. Just for like a minute. She was in Phoenix giving a speech. She didn't come out and talk to anybody. She gave like a speech, and then was like Elvis. Tommy has left the building. Ran like the wind. She ran like the wind, I say. Let's see what else is going on here. I hadn't seen this before. This was on USA Today. They had a ranking. I guess this came out a couple weeks ago, but it's so good I have to bring it up again. The survey ranks the best and worst presidents since World War II. And who do you think was ranked as the worst? Surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm shocked that USA Today would let this get out. Barack Obama considered worst president since World War II. 33% voted Barack Obama. 28% George W. Bush. Only 3% Bill Clinton. 3% Ronald Reagan. Jimmy Carter, 8%. Nixon, 13%. John Kennedy got a 0. Obviously, these are not people that understand much of history. John Kennedy, while he was a martyr and was killed, assassinated in office, if you take a look, he really was not a very good president. Dolores, I already talked about Hanoi Jane. Sorry. I've got to, it's one of these things, golly jeepers, I don't talk about what you want to talk about for a whole hour? You get bored? Okay. We talk about a lot of things quickly. Anyway, so according to this, Barack Obama, worst president in our life since World War II, and I got to agree with that. I do. And then they have the best presidents. Take a quick look. Again, this is done by the liberal USA Today. Best president, Reagan got 35%, Kennedy 15%. Does nobody remember the Bay of Pigs? Does nobody remember this is the guy that tried to assassinate Castro with a cigar? His brother murdered, most likely, Marilyn Monroe. Kennedy just get away with all this thing. Dwight Eisenhower was a great president, but he gets very little credit for it. Interesting. What did Obama get negative grades on? The economy, foreign policy, healthcare, environment, terrorism. Yep. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it. All right. Let's see some of your comments here. Lots of comments. People are still commenting on Jane Fonda. I wouldn't call it an apology. I looked at it again. It didn't look like an apology. It was an apology for getting caught kind of thing. It's an apology that she's got a bad career because of things she did before, and golly jeepers, I feel bad about it. Let's see here. Crystal says, no, if it was anyone else other than a liberal, their apologies would not be accepted, so why should we continue to allow them to do and say what they want to do with no consequences? Clinton only 3%, Gerald Ford 2%. Kenneth said I was hoping she had died. Nope, had not died. Let's see. Kara says someday it's nice to get a break from the insanity of everyday news. Yeah, I have to do it. I can't just do the same show everybody else does all day long. I can't. I get too bored. I have no attention span for the same show all day long that everybody else is doing. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I come up with, what's interesting to me, and I share it with you. I find stuff online and say, hey, this is kind of interesting. Like, for example, one of my all-time favorite movies was released this week, 38 years ago. 38 years ago. What movie was it? Well, I'll tell you, it's a little harsh. Yes, Caddyshack was released 38 years ago this week. Holy
asked you?
Come on, I'm in.
I didn't
Joey,
ask
would you
you.
please?
Get out.
Joey, would...
Welcome to the Bushwood Country Club. The membership's exclusive.
You think I'd join this crummy snobatorium?
The help is outrageous. The madness is contagious.
Bad language, fooling around on the course, poor caddying.
But this whole place...
Caddyshack, starring Chevy Chase as Ty Webb,
Who is that disgusting man over there?
a sportsman who really knows how to score.
So, what brings you to this nape of the woods, neck of the wave? How come you're here?
Rodney Dangerfield as Al Servant, a big shot
My dinghy's bigger than your whole boat!
with an even bigger mouth.
Hey, somebody step on a duck?
Ted Knight as Judge.
Okay. I got to tell you, that was one of my, 38 years ago. Oh, hold on, there's more. There's more. Hold on, there's more.
And a sense of fair play.
I've sentenced boys younger than you to the gas chamber.
Michael O'Keefe as Danny Noonan, a caddy who wants an education and gets one.
You take drugs, Danny? Every day. Good.
Cindy Morgan as Lacey Underall. She's got a bad reputation, and she's working hard to keep it.
You want to tie me up with some of your ties?
And Bill Murray as Carl Spackler.
Just a harmless squirrel, not a plastic explosive or anything, nothing to be worried about.
He's not crazy about gophers, but he is crazy.
License to kill gophers by the government of the United Nations.
And introducing Mr. Gopher as himself.
I said freeze, gopher!
Caddyshack. It's all about swinging,
Kiss me, you fool.
but not on the course.
Hey, you want to make $14 the hard way?
Hey.
Playing a good game
He got all of that one.
and talking a better one.
Hey, I should have stayed home and played with myself.
Taking shots
That was a bum shot.
and making time.
We couldn't possibly think less of each other.
Controlling your drives.
Wow!
And losing your grip.
It is! You! Out! Car. The man's a menace.
Caddyshack. The comedy with...
First of all, what a lousy...
Who do you think they give me? The Dalai Lama himself. Do you know what the Lama says? Gunga Galunga. Gunga Gunga La Gunga.
Follow the gang from the Caddyshack as they slice their way into your heart, drive you out of your skull in their never-ending search for a stroke of genius. Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield,
This stake still has marks where the jockey was hitting it.
Ted Knight, and Bill Murray as Carl. They all get together at the Caddyshack. Caddyshack, rated R.
Okay.
Now playing National Westwood, Chinese Hollywood, and others.
Well, first of all, what a terrible preview. Man, was that awful. It's interesting how today, when you look at movie trailers, they don't have the big voice announcer guy anymore. Remember, like every movie, In a World, where it was, what was that guy's name? Anderson. Shame on me for forgetting his name. Anyway, and he passed away, and since then they don't use big. It's all just cut together explosions and clips of the actors talking, and there's usually no announcer anymore. Jim says, "Yeah, it was funny. What's the point? The point is we got to have some fun. Come on." It's easy to grin when your ship comes in and you think you have the stock market beat. But the man worthwhile is the man who can smile when his shorts are too tight in the seat. Yes, thank you, Doug. Thank you. Ernie Anderson, thank you, Chris. Okay. It's the end of July. Nothing's going on in the news. anything that is going on the news is generally manufactured. And right now, the Congress is about to go on vacation for what seems like 7 months. They're not going to do a dang thing. There's nothing that's going to happen in Washington, D.C. for the next couple of months. Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, have da. So, anyway, I'm just kind of trying to lighten things up. Oh, did you see this one? This is kind of funny. This one's pretty funny. Have you seen Donald Trump sing? I'm sorry. Yes, I know. I'm in one of these moods. Check this out. This is pretty funny.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who'll dance on the floor year round. She said, I am the one who'll dance on the floor year round. She told me her name was Billie Jean, and she goes to scene. Then every hand turned with eyes that dream of being the one who'll dance on the floor year round. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. Be careful what you do. What the lie becomes the truth. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. It just stopped. Okay. I can handle those kind of things when people are making fun of Trump, and if it's in good humor, that's great. What I hate is, today, hate is the new humor. It's whoever hates Trump the most. The guy that gets the pickaxe and smashes his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He's a hero to the left. Or Tom Arnold, who's coming out. And I like Tom Arnold. I've spent time with Tom Arnold. But, Donald Trump, he's a racist. Release the Apprentice tapes. Calm down. But Donald Trump singing Billie Jean, genius. Elena says, no, should never have done it in the first place. She's a traitor, talking about Jane Fonda. Marshall says her apologies fall on deaf ears. She can never apologize for the misery she caused our military personnel, in some cases, their deaths. True. Very true. Jerry says, hell no, I don't accept it. She was a songbird just like McCain. Yep. Let's see. Oh, here's another one where the left is saying that Donald Trump sucks and, his meeting with Kim Jong-un did nothing. Really? Well, I tend to disagree. Quick little story coming out of North Korea, and this one is pretty important, especially to those who lost family members in the Korean War. Check this out.
The remains of 55 American service members killed in the Korean War expected to be returned by North Korea tomorrow. That's Friday. An American plane will receive the caskets and transfer them to a U.S. air base in South Korea. They'll be flown to Hawaii next week. The repatriation is part of an agreement between President Trump and Kim Jong-un.
Where they're sending them to Hawaii, I've actually been to that place. It's, what camp is it? Air Force Base. I'm blanking. There's an Air Force Base right in Pearl Harbor. Man, I can't believe I can't remember the name of it. Shame on me. Anyway, I'll think of it. But in this Air Force Base, they have this, it's a building. It's not even that very big of a building. But they go all around the world to places where they find the remains of American soldiers, and they try to piece them back together and then identify who they are and let their families know. And these are remains that go back to World War II and Korea. And I remember asking the guy, I said, it was a long time ago. Why are you still doing this? And he looked at me and he said, we never leave anybody behind, sir. It may take us 50 years, 60 years, 100 years, but my mission in life is to identify every soldier that we lost and the remains of every soldier. And he says that they find them all the time. It's shocking how many they're still finding. Hickam Air Force Base. Sita, thank you very much. Yes. Hickam. And the other thing that's interesting about Hickam is there's this big water tower in the middle, but it doesn't look like a water tower. And it wasn't attacked as much during the attack on Pearl Harbor because they thought that the water tower was some form of a religious symbol. So they didn't attack it fully, but there are still bullet holes in a lot of the buildings on Hickam Air Force Base and even windows that have bullet holes in them, and it's against the law to replace them. So you can still see these massive bullet holes all throughout the base. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yes, Tom Hickam Field, thank you. You're absolutely right. Let's see. Have that North Korea naysayer listen to South Korea and Japan's leaders and tell them the meetings were not productive. Good point. Good point. Let's see. What else do we have? Where did I see there was a video earlier of, the Occupy ICE movement in, where is this? This was earlier today, as I understand, and I think it was in Indianapolis. And, sorry, I'm not looking at you. I'm just trying to find the clip. Louisville, sorry. And what's amazing is the cops are saying, okay, you guys have been here enough. You've caused enough trouble. You've made enough mess. It's time for you to go home. And look at just the disrespect for the police, shoving cameras in their faces, telling them no, to F off. It's just, I just have never grown up around this idea that you could tell the police to F off. It just never has occurred to me. I don't get it.
Okay, if you don't want this, that's fine. Would anybody like a copy of this? I'll wait for it.
He's trying to hand them all the citation. They don't want to see it. And so he's going around talking to people.
They're under 18. Get away from them, right?
Okay, so this girl, hold on. The girl's under 18, and the police officer says, okay, you're under 18, you've got to leave. And what do the adults do? The adults get in the way of the police officer and basically push the kids out of the way so the cop can't talk to them. Wow. Yeah.
Why are you getting a little kid's face in?
Stop arguing with them.
No papers, no about ICE. Camp Cannabis, that's nice. Ice will melt, another sign. Oh, the American flag hung upside down.
I'd like a copy of the Metro Ordinance for camping. Everybody here has 1 hour to comply with this ordinance. 1 hour. Thank you. Let's come back with that.
Okay, let me ask you a question really quick, and then I'll get back to this video. The question is it fair and right for the police to say, hey, you're camping in a park where there's no camping. You've been doing it for a few weeks now. Enough is enough. There's a court order, and you've got an hour to leave. Is that right, or should these people have the right to assemble and do whatever they want? I'd like to know your comments right now. Right now. And if you think the police was right, thumbs up. If you think the protesters were right, give me the frowny face. Let's see a lot of those right now, and we'll play the last minute of this. So the police are giving them an hour, and all the liberals are doing, they're not packing their stuff up, they're just getting their phones and just following the cops. Lots of thumbs up. There are some frowny faces that are agreeing with the protesters. Diane says the police is right. Bill says, yes, it's right. Bonnie, yes, it's right. The police are right, says Edward. Cops are right, says Buddy.
No, I'm still here. My birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the rest of that. So we're starting to get a lot more pushback on that. Oh, there's one more I saw on Antifa today, and this could be old, I'm not sure. But this one really got me going. My dog is barking. I don't know why, so I apologize. I'm sorry about that. Where is this? Not there. Not this. Oh, yeah. This is terrible. I really don't like the Antifa people. Oops, no, that's not it. The Antifa people. Where'd it go? It's not here. There's a video I saw earlier today. I thought I saved it to play for you. Of Antifa bunch beating up a disabled veteran because he was supporting America or something. Donald says, police in this video are not right at all. Donald, why do you say that? What is it that they're doing wrong? They have a court order, and just like Carolyn says, they're in violation of the city codes. Sita says if there's a court order, it has nothing to do with the police. The judge has given the order. Yolanda says the police are doing their job. Mary says telling the police to F off is disgraceful, and this mentality all began and ended with Barack Obama, she says, the destroyer in chief. Totally unacceptable. Yes, Leo are right. I'm guessing police are right. Follow the law. They are in place for everyone, and that means everyone. If they wanted to hold a legal protest, they should have registered and filed for a permit. About a week ago, the police took the tents and canopies at a rally like that. Has Antifa been officially declared a domestic terrorist group yet? I don't know. Well, it's going to start to be... by the way, Donald Trump gave another great rally today, and I heard the liberals... Here's what the liberals are saying now. All Donald Trump is doing is running around the country being a cheerleader. Yes! Isn't that great? We finally have a commander-in-chief who loves America, who wants to say, yes, America is great and you can do even better, instead of, yeah, our country sucks and we need to apologize to the rest of the world. No, I'm glad we finally have a cheerleader-in-chief. We need one. It's great. I love it. Mary does not think that Jane Fonda's apology should be accepted, nor do I. It wasn't really an apology. It was a BS publicity ploy. But we covered it. Judith thinks it was a little late. Billy says, hell no. All right, give me some thumbs ups, all right? Tomorrow's Friday. I won't be here. I should be back on Monday. Starting to get some big storms in my area, so I'm cutting a little short so nothing shorts out with the big kabooms. I call them kabooms. They call them haboobs here. Never forget her stance in Vietnam. How can apology make up for the loss of life? She doesn't mean it, so why would I? She has a movie coming out. Although it's all a publicity act, this kid. All right, give me some thumbs up, some hearts. Don't forget. Make sure your data is safe online. Go to virtualshield.com. virtualshield.com/Rusty. And make sure you get a VPN, a virtual private network, to make sure nobody can steal your data online. Also, 7 ways to win political debates to your liberal family and friends and still keep them as family and friends by me, Rusty Humphries. Available at Amazon in paperback, in Kindle, and on Audible. You'll like it. It's not long, but you'll learn a lot. It's a lot of fun. Okay? What else? Oh, I want to thank the nice folks at Liberty One TV. By the way, if you have not been to liberty1tv.com, you really should. They got some great shows there, some great patriotic merchandise, some good merch, some good coffee. Would you go and support Liberty One TV for me tonight? I'd appreciate that. Also, if you would go to my Facebook page, Rusty Humphries, look for me in a blue shirt and like it and make sure it comes up first in your newsfeed. That's it. May God bless you and may God bless America. I'm Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.